Hello and welcome to Judy Croome's July 2021 Tarotscopes for Astrology South Africa. Well, July looks like an intense month in which we'll be winding up emotional and other issues that began in May. So this month I'll be looking at 4 cards, 1 card for each week in July. We'll find that week 1 opens the month with the 10 of Wands, suggesting that we'll start July feeling overburdened and weighed down with heavy problems. But as we move into week 2, the Page of Pentacles hints at the need to focus on looking inward, so that as week 3 begins, the Ace of Pentacles can open us up to new perceptions. And finally, in week 4, the Two of Cups will show us how we can find harmony through the reconciliation of opposites. And I find it very interesting that just as Mercury finally leaves its retrograde shadow in July, both the 10 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles have shown up again. And this is a repetition of 2 cards from May's reading when Mercury first entered its retrograde shadow. Isn't it amazing how the energies play out? And everything is just wheels within wheels. With Mars in Leo opposing Saturn and Uranus, and later Mars squaring Uranus in Taurus, the first week of July will press all our buttons around security and safety. Like the weary figure in the 10 of Wands card, we too may feel overburdened and overloaded by the world around us, and perhaps even the world within us. Are our thoughts heavy and troublesome? Are we feeling weighed down with fears and duties? Do we feel that we'll never arrive at the safety of the comfortable home that we see far in the distance nestling between the green trees? We may find that during this tense and uncomfortable week, family wounds may surface. We may need to nurture others when in actual fact we ourselves may be in desperate need to be mothered and nurtured. Alternatively, we may feel tension in a desire to break free from being confined, from being controlled and restricted by authority figures. But we also need to ask ourselves, what will happen if we simply put down the heavy burden of our troublesome thoughts and worries? Can we do that? Can we let them go? And is the solution to this tension we feel as simple as that? There's some relief in week 2 from around the 9th of July when there's a new moon in Cancer. At this time, we may start to open up to new ways of nurturing and being nurtured. As the young page stays intensely focused on the shining pentacle he holds in his hand, we too may find ourselves deeply drawn to divine guidance in a way which we have never been before. With Mercury moving into Cancer, we begin to turn inward, to listen to our own inner narrative. We may at this time come into the realization that our emotions, our perceptions, our own experiences have as much validity as external facts and logic. We may, for example, be questioning more and more the news that we hear. We may be measuring our experience, our knowledge, our emotions against what we feel as fake news. And during this time, we may also find ourselves coping with mood swings by looking for comfort in food. But as Venus conjuncts Mars in Leo, we will also be stirred by the increasing sensation that something new is in the process of being born. A new way of being that creatively reveals the fundamental essence of who we are. And with Chiron and Aries turning retrograde on July the 15th, the challenge for this Page of Pentacles is that in our intense focus on healing our inner world through the discovery of our authentic self, we may struggle to overcome our fears of an unknown future. Or alternatively, we may be so focused on the self and our own soul wounds that we forget that others are going through the same struggles, the same journey, the same battles. and that other people need our compassion too. As we slide into the third week of July, we may be discouraged by power struggles raised by the Sun in Cancer's opposition to Pluto in Capricorn. But this card, the Ace of Pentacles, offers us a new path into the Garden of Eden. Instead of engaging in ways to try and control the outside world, or alternatively to resist being controlled by the outside world, we can affirm our true identity by letting go of ego concerns. And looking at the Page of Pentacles in the previous card, we look at how he focused on his pentacle, and we can take that focus, that inward-looking vision that the Page of Pentacles held to, we can take it to a higher level in this week. Because in this card, the Ace of Pentacles, it's not the naive page holding the shining disc that guides us. It is the hand of God coming out of a cloud, suggesting to us that the solution to our mundane problems, to the cares and worries of this current world, we ask ourselves questions such as, will lockdown be extended? Will I still keep my job? These are very real problems, but how do we control them? And perhaps this card is suggesting that the answer lies in trusting the vision of our higher divine self. But how do we do that? That's something that is so difficult to actually put into practice. But with Venus moving into Virgo, this week provides the opportunity for us to learn the skill of emotional pragmatism. When the outside world wildly churns our emotions, we can learn to cultivate our own inner Garden of Eden by taking practical steps to keep ourselves grounded and growing in the right direction. Feeling angry? Go and clean the house or wash the car. Get rid of your frustrations like that. Feeling overwhelmed? Find one small job you've been putting off and do it. In these small ways, we'll start to feel more confident, more courageous, and soon we'll realize that the energies have started to shift in new, lighter directions. As we come to the end of July, Mercury roars into energetic Leo, and as the couple in the final card, the Two of Cups, do, we too can raise our cups in celebration as the time of confusion and tension is left behind. The Two of Cups shows us that as we accept we're not always fully in control of life's challenges, we can learn to stop seeing external events that happen to us as isolating and divisive. Instead, we can seek to reframe those challenging mental and emotional experiences of our daily circumstances into the new vision shown to us in the previous card, the Ace of Pentacles. As the healer's Caudicus unites the two cups and rises to join the regal lion carried on an angel's wings, so we too can learn to reconcile our inner emotions with external events. And by doing so, we can find a way to rise above the turbulence of these uncertain times that we live in. And so we come to the end of an eventful month, where we swing from one extreme to the other. Out of chaos, new worlds are born. What kind of inner world are you building? And how do you let your inner world shape your outer reality? These are the questions that this eventful month of July is going to keep you occupied with. Stay safe and take care. Until next month, this is Judy Croome signing off for Astrology South Africa.